votes for Mickey Mouse, football coach Nick Saban and any other Republican, were among more than 22,000 write-ins in the Alabama Senate election. The Democrat Doug Jones won this month by a little less than that number. Profile: the 63-year-old grew up in the working-class city of Fairfield, just west of Birmingham, an area once dominated by the steel industry. His father was a steel worker and he spent time working in a mill when not in school. Jones got his start in government as an aide to the last Democrat to serve a full term in the Senate from Alabama, the late Hal Heflin. Years before running for the Senate himself, Jones became known for prosecuting two KKK members for the bombing of Birmingham's 16th Street Baptist Church in 1963, which killed 4 black girls. After his appointment as U.S. Attorney in Birmingham in 1997, Jones led a team of federal and state attorneys during trials that resulted in the convictions of Thomas Blanton Jr. in 2001 and Bobby Frank Jury in 2002. Thank you for your feedback. Controversy surrounding Roy Moore, the first Republican to lose a Senate race in Alabama in 25 years, prompted the high number of write-ins, 22,852 in total, or 1.6% of the 1.3 million who voted. Moore, a controversial right-wing hardliner who was endorsed by Donald Trump despite allegations of UAL misconduct towards a number of teenage women, received 651,969 votes. Jones, who was certified as the winner this week after a legal challenge from Moore alleging widespread voter fraud and casting doubt on high turnout among African Americans, received 673,891 ballots, 21,922 more than Moore. The outgoing Republican Senator, Luther Strange, who was appointed to the post vacated by Trump Attorney General Jeff Sessions but lost the primary to Moore, was the top write-in candidate in most counties. Democrat Doug Jones, who won the special U.S. Senate election in Alabama. Photograph: Marvin Gentry. Reuters. State officials did not tally statewide numbers of write-ins, but numbers submitted by counties showed that Strange received more than 7,500 votes, roughly a third of the write-in total. Many such ballots followed the recommendation of the serving Alabama Senator Richard Shelby, who said shortly before the vote he could not vote for Moore and would instead write in the name of another Republican. Strange was followed by Lee Busby, a retired Marine colonel and former aide to White House Chief of Staff John Kelly, who was the top write-in candidate in at least 10 counties. Other names frequently written in included Sessions and Saban, the successful and revered University of Alabama football coach. Quick guide: in 2005, Moore said, "Homo conduct should be illegal." In an interview televised on C-SPAN, Moore added, "It is immoral. It is defined by the law as detestable." During a debate in September 2017, he went out of his way to bemoan the fact that sodomy and UAL perversion sweep the land. In a speech in February, Moore appeared to suggest that the terrorist attacks of September 11 were the result of divine retribution against the United States and prophesied in the book of Isaiah. In comments first reported by CNN, Moore quoted Isaiah chapter 30 verses 12 to 13, saying, "Because you have despised his word and trust in perverseness and oppression, and say thereon, therefore this iniquity will be to you as a breach ready to fall, swell out in the high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant." Moore then noted, "Sounds a little bit like the Pentagon, whose breaking came suddenly at an instant, doesn't it?" He added, "If you think that's coincidence, if you go to verse 25, there should be up on every high mountain and upon every hill, rivers and streams of water in the day of the great slaughter when the towers will fall." In an interview with The Guardian in August, Moore praised Putin for his views on gay rights. "Maybe Putin is right. Maybe he's more akin to me than I know." The comments came after Moore suggested the United States could be described as the focus of evil in the world because we promote a lot of bad things. Moore specifically named gay marriage as one of those bad things. At a rally earlier in September, Moore talked about reds and yellows fighting while discussing racial division in the United States. Moore justified this on Twitter by citing lyrics from the song Jesus Loves the Little Children. He wrote, "Red, yellow, black and white, they are precious in his sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. This is the gospel." In 2006, Moore condemned a proposal for a national ID system for animals as more identifiable with communism than free enterprise. The proposal received attention after a cow in Alabama had been diagnosed with mad cow disease. Moore, who was then running for governor, was skeptical that the outbreak was real. Instead, Moore suggested it was a ruse intended to promote the tracking system. Thank you for your feedback. State officials stressed ahead of the election that voters had to write in the name of a living person in order for the vote to be tallied. That did not stop votes for Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse, Snoopy, SpongeBob SquarePants, Ronald Reagan, Jesus, and Mom. There was also a vote for Sassy, the name of the horse Moore rode to the polls. At least one person voted by write-in for Lee Korfman, one of the women who raised an allegation against Moore, who is 70, about behavior said to have taken place when he was in his 30s. Moore denied all such allegations. Lee Korfman on her encounter with Roy Moore at age 14 video. Other voters voted for another woman, Dianne Bentley, who divorced former Alabama Governor Robert Bentley amid accusations that he was having an affair with an aide.